Who are you and what does your company do?
Hi, I'm Emma Johnson, and our company is a credit card processing company. So we recruit sales reps to sell our processing solutions to small business owners everywhere.
Awesome. What was onboarding and training new reps like before upgrading to our Done For You University program?
Short answer, it was exhausting, and I wasn't, primarily the one doing all the training. Jason did all of that, but we couldn't do very much of it because it was just exhausting. There's a steep learning curve in merchant services, and he would do live trainings and would last about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we could really only do that about once every 4 to 6 weeks. So that's what it was like before.
Yeah. So what's kind of changed, or let me ask you, what was it like working with our team? You plugged into the recruiting service, saw success there, upgraded into us helping you build out your new hire training. What was it like working with our team?
It was very good in that they were able to really customize the process for us.
Okay.
We started out, completing everything we needed to complete to get this project done, but a lot of it just needed some extra TLC, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
They ended up building a really big university for us that was actually more than what we had thought. And then we kind of just tweaked it as we went, and they continued to work with us to make things really work for what we needed to communicate to our sales reps. Because it was so big, we ended up having Jason do some of the trainings in the university, and they just were able to customize the process for us, basically.
Very cool. So compared to like onboarding cycles before and the time investment before, what's the difference in onboarding now? Like, be able to onboard more reps? Are you saving time? What's the big difference?
So the big difference is, so that 2 week training, we still hold the spot for the 2 week training, but Jason only does 3 days per week of that training now, and they're under an hour. So they used to be like 5 days a week, 2 hours. Sometimes he would go more than 2 hours. People were like, I got to go to the bathroom, And now he's able to do the same 2 weeks because we want to get to know our remote, new sales reps and kind of build that relationship with them during the 2 weeks. So we still block that time out, but it's much less exhausting for him. And he's able to just give a quick overview of the homework that was assigned the night before. We use the success blueprint to kind of build out, because it's a pretty big university. So we wanted to build out like an hour and a half a day of homework, and then do that. They come back the next morning. They already have questions that they can ask about it. We don't see as much of people kind of nodding, saying they understand, they don't ask questions. And then we don't hear from them, enough to help them get to the bottom of their questions, where now they can listen to that recorded training more than once.
Yeah.
If they have questions, they can just listen to it again and bring it to the call the next morning. So basically the reps truly understanding what they're selling, and Jason's time investing in the training those are the biggest benefits for us.
Very cool. So you went from 2 to 3 hours a day, so 10 to 15 hours per week. It sounds like down to 3 hours per week, so roughly 75-ish% time savings for Jason, the CEO.
Yep.
And then what's kind of, if you were to estimate how much time is saved in the Q&A aspect of onboarding reps and management because they're able to go back to the training, how much time do you think that is saving you guys per week?
Oh gosh. That's hard to say. I would say at least a couple of hours per week, or if anything, I just think we're getting more success. Like, we're actually getting reps to succeed in this. Whereas before, it's, I don't know if it's like a man thing, but men just don't want to ask questions. Like,
that's a man thing. That's for sure a man thing. At least it is for me,
Yeah. So we would not hear the questions, but we would also not see the sales, and we would feel that there was a lack of understanding, but it would be very hard to get them to ask the questions that they need to ask, where now they can just do their own homework, and they don't have to ask in a group and feel stupid or whatever. So it's hard to say exactly how many hours, have changed because of that part, but we've seen more sales, I'll say.
Very cool. So obviously the recruiting service side is helping pump in high volumes of reps, but in terms of just onboarding, it sounds like you guys are saving 10, maybe up to 15 hours per week, so 40 to 60 hours per month, and repeating the same information and the general Q&A that happens. You're able to do onboarding more often versus every 4 to 6 weeks, maybe weekly or bi-weekly or something like that.
Yep.
And in general, your sales reps, because of the training, are seeing better success in their ramp up. So your retention rates and rep production marks per rep are increasing as well.
Yep. All those things. Absolutely. Yep.
Well, that's amazing. That made my day. I love that. That's awesome.
So with that
said, what would you say to any of our clients, or maybe a non-client that's considering our Done For You University program?
I would definitely say if you have a product that you're feeling like you're just repeating yourself over and over, and that is something that is just, I think any sales process is a steep learning curve for people to truly get to know somebody's product. I would say definitely go for it, because they really do customize this for your needs. It isn't a one size fits all. Well, this is what we do, and we can't change that for your company, because that was the biggest thing that you guys did for us, was really tweak this for what our needs were. So I would absolutely say do it. It's going to cut your time in half, if not more. And you guys are great to work with.